Today we're going to sort out the headstock of this. I've got a template I made and for the general shape of it and the place of the holes. I've traced the template onto the headstock at the moment. If you can see, I put lines on. So we're going to sand that down to these lines to get the shape, and then we'll put the holes in, and then we'll look at getting it smooth and finished. But before we do that, I'm going to go through explaining why this shape of headstock and go back to my drawings. Here we have my drawings for the neck detail. The top left, you've got the angle of the neck and the position of the tuning machines. And then the one below that, we transferred the positions down, and the third drawing is to do with the actual shape of it, because we're obviously transferring it down at an angle. So looking at the second drawing, the length is foreshortened there because of the angle coming down, but really what I'm doing there is tracing the string lines. What I was trying to do was get the lines from the nut coming to the tuning post as straight as I could. And that's the reason for it's quite a narrow neck, and then I put the shape into it to give it some interest. The third drawing is actually the transfer of the measurements, so it's actually the full size where the tuning holes go, the shape of it roughly. The outer line is how much wood I've got to work with. So I think that explains where we're going with it. Okay, that's taken it down to the lines in its proper shape, and off camera I actually drilled through the template to mark the point where I'm going to drill the holes through. So that would be the next one. So these are the tuning machines I'm going to be using. So I thought I'd better check the sizes of them. Get one out. Okay. So our hole has got to take that in it. Normally 10, but I'd say about 9.82. I'll do it 9.9. Should fit. I'll work out if I could clamp this, but I can't see how I can get my clamps underneath there really. So it's going to have to be steadied by hand. I've got a piece of wood underneath to drill into. Hopefully to stop it breaking out. I'm drilling it first with a 6mm drill. And then we'll open it up to the proper size. So there you can see we've drilled the holes, and it's a little bit like a burr here, but it's not took out any of the wood, so that needs tidying up. And that goes in there as a nice tight fit. So the only one I'm worried about is this one slightly. Can we feels a bit, I think the holes need opening up a bit. Yeah, as long as the thing turns. I could always take these down a little bit, and I might do yet, just to round them off. They don't look anything like the same place. That one's a little high. Okay, I'll have to fix that. But we're with that, so the next thing is to just finish these surfaces off now, and get them to the same state as the neck, because there's kind of like rough planing marks on the back here. There's machine planing marks on here from where it was thinned down originally by my supplier. So that'll be next, so I'll get set up for that now. Forgot to turn the camera on then. I've been trying to get the lines and machining lines out of this, and I'm sanding it with 60 grit paper, which is working, but it's very, very hard work. But I think I'm almost there. A couple of lines there. We'll switch over to 120 now just to do a few. You can see that now. It's looking nice and smooth. So, whew, I need to do the back. Fortunately, the back is wanted to prevent damaging that on the workbench. The back's mahogany, which is a lot softer, so that should come out a lot quicker. A lot easier. I need to work on this transition round there now onto the back of the neck, and obviously I can't use a sanding block for that. That will hopefully get round that corner. It's a kind of foam pad. I'm just rounding off these edges a bit now as well, so you've got no sharp edges on your hand as you come up there. Just round off those corners and edges at the back. Bit there, so I think that's as far as we're going to take that today. It was getting the holes and the general shape in it. There's, as I said, there's still a lot more sanding to do. There's a There's a bit more work to do on the heel later to get that in, but it's not doing too badly now, it's getting there. And the entire body needs resanding. Unfortunately, I've probably got 6 to 8 or 10 hours of sanding to do on it all now. Trying to think what other jobs there are to do. We need to get it all fairly down to about 120, and then I've got some cosmetic touch-ups to do on various places, and a little bit of filling to do on one or two things that aren't quite right, and then we'll grain fill the mahogany to get a smooth surface, and then sand it to probably 240 after that, and then staining. The next thing I've got to think about is some things I don't have. I'm going to have to, at some point, I'm going to have to fret this. I need tools for that, for setting frets and inserting frets and things like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need at the moment. Now I think I'm going to have to put some orders in, because otherwise I'm going to get to a stage and not have the right things for it, because I've never kind of set up the frets on refretted a guitar or anything like that before, so this is all more new stuff for me. But yeah, I think we'll leave that there.